Alrighty, hello everybody. Welcome to part 7.2 of the Running Retrospective. So, funny story. I actually recorded this whole thing, talking about all the memories, yada yada. I then finished the video and it was 50 minutes long, and I was like, oh my god, no person on earth is gonna want to watch that, including myself. Believe it or not, guys, it sometimes doesn't seem it. I do try in all my talking and all my yammering to make my videos watchable and digestible. Even I knew, I always ask myself, am I gonna watch this? And if my answer is no, I always try to redo it. My retrospective videos, I probably have gone a little bit long here and there, but I've always been like, you know what, 10 minutes for this, I can work with that, yada yada. Like, I just work with it, and I mainly do these videos for me, and if I'm not going to be willing to watch them, then why should I expect them to post them? So, I kind of had to redo this one. It's nowhere near as long, and it probably could be longer, so I'm going to say this. If you want to hear specific memories or stats about each person, just ask them yourself, or just read the slideshow and just, like, pause or whatever. But, basically, this is the slideshow to show the faces of Hartnell, okay? And why am I calling it the face of Hartnell? Like, am I closer with some people more than the others? Yes. Is everybody that I was really close with at Hartnell in this? No. So why are they the face of Hartnell? They're simply the faces of Hartnell because these are the people that my Merced team would have seen me talking with. And what would I say? They'd always ask, how do you know? And I'd say, oh, I know from Hartnell. So they're going to be the faces of Hartnell. Of Hartnell, because that is how the people I was with outside of Hartnell would have known them. So, congrats guys, you're the faces of Hartnell. At least in my book. Excuse me. Anyways, let's now go through it. I'm not going to give specific stories on how I met each person, talk about their school, their honors, because as I painfully learned, we will go for 50 minutes. If anyone wants to see that 50-minute video, you're welcome to ask. I just, well, I don't think you'd want to watch unless I give you the specific timestamp for you, and I can tell you right now, I don't know where the specific timestamp is. Anyways, Hartnell New Horizons. So, why am I doing this? I'm not going to, yes, I am going to read off the slide. During my time at Hartnell, I was doing King City Hartnell videos, spreadsheets, and such. And I wrote this back in 2023, now that I've graduated Hartnell, I decided that anytime I see my old Hartnell peeps, I'll do a then and now type of thing with them as well. I love nostalgia. What can I say? New and old racers, here they are. So, whoops. I really wanted to just document that experience of seeing all my Hartnell athletes and seeing where they went. So, I could go through slide by slide. We're not going to do that. Instead, when I was at Merced, I really got back into making slide links. So I can, just go anywhere I please. So, we're just going to go through the links one by one. So, we're going to start with first reunion. My first ever race is the UC Merced Bobcat. We actually got to race the 4-mile version of Woodward Park, where we managed to run the same exact time, even though I was no longer injured, in way better shape. And I got to run against my old JUCO team. There's Jade, Maria. I should have done a slide on them. My bad, I'm not doing that, girl. I'll probably do that after this. There's Mario. That's actually Yami, who I also ran with. And then that's actually my old JUCO coach, Cepeda. I got to see them all as a UC Merced Bobcat. This is Aaliyah, and she is Ricky's little sister, so I know her pretty well, and I got to run with her back in high school. Mario, anyone who knows me knows Mario is one of my best friends and teammates. Then there's a photo of him and I going from King City and Hartnell teammates to rivals. Then you want to see his backstory. It's all right there. I designed this slide so that I don't need to be there to actually present it. Okay, you guys can just read about and learn about who all these people are. Anyways, but after that first meet, I then saw Daniela. I ran with her back at Hartnell in 2021 XC. Her whole bio is here, but she went from, I believe it was Seaside to MPC, then Hartnell. And then she ended up concluding her academic and running career at Menlo College. So, good stuff, Daniela. Saw her there. And then my last race of the 2023 cross country season, I got to see Ashley, the pride of both Gonzales and one of the big dogs of South County. I, I saw Danielle again, and then saw Frankie. So from Everett Alvarez to Hartnell to Southern Oregon University. Then I saw Joanna, who regrettably didn't continue her running, but she went from Hollister to Hartnell to Stanislaus State, where she is actually now, like Frankie, and actually Ashley at this point, graduated with her bachelor's. Um, Proud of all these guys. So yeah, if you want to see their Hartnell days, if you want to see it, here's Frankie, an accomplished athlete at both SOU and Hartnell. Not that he wasn't Everett Alvarez, he was just clearly a stronger collegiate athlete than high school athlete. Ashley, one of the most decorated athletes of Monterey County, one of the biggest jumps from high school to community college, and then she went to run at the Division I school, Fresno State University. She did well. We already talked about Daniela. And Joanna didn't run, but she went from Hollister to Hartnell, where she ran there and improved, and then went on to State. So, overall, this was a good meet to see him. While he wasn't my best personally, it was great seeing him. So yeah, that was Bronco. I then didn't get a race the rest of the season, so it wouldn't be until 2024 track and field where I then see Lorraine. I didn't know Lorraine as well as a lot of these other athletes I talk about, but I mainly knew her because she was good friends with Max, Ricky, and Daisy, who I was really good friends with personally. Then also Bernabe, Bernabe's honestly one of the funniest people I ever meet. But she went to high school at North Monterey County, really accrued a lot of honors in pole, and then she took all her down talents to D2 school, FPU. So she did really good stuff there, right? So yes, I saw her at my first ever track and field meet at Merced. I then got to see Mariah and Faith, who I both ran with at Hartnell. Faith went to North Monterey County like Lorraine. Mariah went to Hollister, and they accrued multiple honors in the 2021 cross country and 2022 track and field seasons. They competed there alongside me. I believe they also competed in 2019 cross country because they were a little due to COVID. And then they took all their talents and times to CSUN, Cal State University of Northridge. And a memory that always did stick with me about them, their signing was actually the first ever signing I attended at Hartnell. So shout out for reminding me of that. So yeah, so I gotta see them. So there, and then Jesse here. I ran with him for only one season in track and field. That was 2022, where he was a part of the team that helped us win the men's conference championship team. Good guy, and you know what? He went from Watsonville. I mainly know him because of my friendship with Miguel Leon. But Jesse, always been nice and always been supportive of me, so shout out for that, Jesse. But he went to Alaska. So he went to Watsonville High School, where he competed alongside Miguel, who we'll actually see about in a second. He then went to Hartnell, where he was Panther with me. And then he went to Alaska Anchorage, where multiple Hartnell Panthers actually competed there. Somehow Hartnell's established a pipeline to Alaska Anchorage. It's crazy to think, but we have. But yeah, he went there and etched his name with the fellow JUCO greats and helped represent Watson. So that was Mariah, Faith, and Jesse. And then, here's date. This was a 2-day invitational. I then got to see Miguel Leon, who I just talked about. I got to see him. He was a teammate in 2021 XC in both track and field seasons. Really good guy, great runner, great, just a great guy overall. And was my unintentional ambassador of the South. He managed to meet my friend's twin brother, Robert, and then one of the girls on my team, her boyfriend Julio, met him at a random 5K. He knew that he asked if he knew because Miguel was wearing a Hartnell sweater. But yeah, so Miguel was my unintentional ambassador of the South there. So shout out to that, Miguel. A really great runner, great academic, and excited to see what you do. He's actually finished his bachelor's now. He is doing his graduate degree currently at, I believe, Miguel, if you watch this video, you have to comment where I was wrong. My bad. I believe it's Cal State Fullerton you're completing your degree at. Your graduate degree at. Anyways, he came and supported today. Joey is another Hollister graduate actually. Hollister Hartnell. Sorry, he went from Hollister to Hartnell to then UCLA, where he's not competing on the team, but he ran with their UCLA track, where he ran with their cross country track and field club. And I only ran with him for one season, 2021, and he actually graduated as a Hartnell valedictorian. So good academic, and overall good guy. I had a lot of good talks with him. So thanks, Joey, for always being kind of along with once a day, Faith and Mariah. So yeah, so from I believe they were Baylor's was the high school, so from Baylor all the way to whatever, I don't know what UCLA's mascot is, but all the way from the north. No, I'm trying to come up with my little sayings, but like I was about to say from the north to the south, but like Hollister, Hollister's north relative to SoCal, so you know what, from north to SoCal, it works. Anyways, my bad on that. So I saw these two along with all of them. That was actually a big Panther reunion day with the Long Beach invite. But then I wouldn't see any more Panthers for the rest of the season. However, 2024 cross country season was the start of seeing a lot of Panthers. I started off the season with seeing Joanna. We already have seen her, but in case you all forgot, big time supporter of my Hartnell and UC Merced career. So she's great. So that's Joanna. So after the Seawolf invite, we then see Josh Shimoda, and I met him at Hartnell. He only did track and field, but he all the people I've been talking about ran in Monterey County or whatnot. He actually ran in Hawaii and came to Hartnell because of Kai Mana, whose coach knew Cepeda and said, "Hey, why don't you run at Hartnell?" So I'm very thankful. Kai is great. I'm closer with Josh just because we have talking more. But Josh, really great friend. And hey, you and I we solidified the Josh name and we represented the Josh name well, and we both went from our respective high schools to doing something more at community college to now doing something bigger at our respective universities. And really proud of you, and I can't wait to see where you go at Stanford State. So I saw him when he was helping man their home cross country meet. So really did a lot. He actually got to see me run my 8K personal best time of 25:55. So really thankful for all the support, man. So yeah, that. So I saw Josh. I then get to see Andrea at back-to-back meets at the Pacific Invite and Bronco Invitational while at UC Merced. She runs currently actually at St. Mary's College, the D1 school up north. That's part of the, says on there in her jersey, WCC conference. I don't know what conference that is. But she, like her teammates, Sophie and Ashley, is one of the most decorated athletes of Hartnell, and she took her talents to the D1 level just like Ashley. And she went to North Monterey County just like Max, Lorraine, all them. She did a lot, and really excited to see where she goes. So Andrea, just thanks for supporting me at these meets, especially this meet. This was not a good meet for me. You totally cheered me. I just said, "Yeah, good. I'm proud of you." So, like, shout out for that. That Bronco, you gave me a big shout out too. So thank you. But yeah, just thanks for being a good friend and otherwise great teammate, and just go for broke your final year at St. Mary's College. So yeah, that was her. And okay, I said I wasn't just gonna go through the slides. It looks like I'm kind of now. But Danny DP, Danny, one of my oldest running teammates, because I ran with him in both Kingsley and Hartnell, and he actually was the second of the KC guys that I got to see at a meet. Under our different uniforms. Great supporter, even if I sometimes give him a hard time. Excuse me. DP is someone that I really got to rise the ranks with. Who you call it? Ashley, Bema, and Ricky, all those guys, like, they had their names solidified. But DP and I, it's not that we weren't well known, we just weren't as well known, but he and I just really worked our butts off to become something more. We both managed to become so much more at Hartnell, and then we both went on to just create names and such for ourselves at our respective schools. His was St. Mary's. Him and Daniel Correa both transferred to University of St. Mary's, by the way. I should have made that clear. Not St. Mary's College, the one that Andrea went to. The NAIA one in Kansas. But he got to be a part of a lot of 3 conference titles while at St. Mary's along with Danny. And he, here, let me, since I'm talking about the school, let me pull up Danny as well. Him and Danny both got to do that. They were both scorers, but he managed to continue getting, they both got all conference in cross country. DP was the double KCAC conference champ, and then double track and field nationals competitor for steeplechase, where I saw him become a 920 steeple guy when he was just 940s in JUCO. So really proud of him, man. Really rose the ranks, and really glad that you and Danny, all people, got to see me run nationals that day, because Danny's seen my career since the beginning, and I really started forging that career of greatness in 2020 back at Hartnell. So really glad I got to see both the Dannies, as they're called, DP and DC, and St. Mary's. But yeah, so that concludes 2024 XCC. So I really saw a lot in 2024, but then the real time I saw a lot of athletes was 2025, my final season. I tell people that I honestly think that since my final season of running was 2025 track and field, I had to have all, like, the cameo appearances of all the people from the years. This, according to Cepeda, is the biggest Hartnell reunion photo. Okay? And I'm just saying, I'm very proud of that. But I gotta see Ashley and Josh again. Okay? And then also gotta see Johnny and Chris. And here, let me pull up. So Johnny, multi-talented across all the different sprints and field events. He went to Everett Alvarez like Frankie Maciel, and after Everett Alvarez, he went to Hartnell, where he then went to Stansted along with Chris and Josh. Okay, so he really did a lot. And actually, his dad actually knew my old high school coach, and when he saw him at the Kim Dyson fight, they actually got talking, and then we realized that I knew that everyone knew who Capital was, because Monterey County's not a big place, okay? But he was like, "Oh yeah, my dad said he saw Calvin." I was like, "He did? Oh, wait, your dad's Mac?" And I was like, "Oh, that explains so much now." But yeah, so Johnny, so we'll go with Chris. So Chris also went to State. I mainly knew Chris because of Josh and Johnny, but I really got to know Chris this final season. I unfortunately did not get to talk with him a lot at Hartnell, but good guy. Oh gosh, okay, some of these links I need to fix, it appears. Anyways, but that's Chris. He competed as a field event and sprinter at Hartnell, and he was part of that 2023 conference title. Really good guy, and like I said, I really got to see him improve from his marks at Stan State. So really proud of him, man. Good stuff. And then the other person on this slide is actually Grace. Grace I mainly know because of all the other guys, like I was saying. She was a really talented thrower. She got all conference NorCal State honors in the hammer throw, and she got to be a part of many team wins in 2023 for the women with their conference dub and NorCal dub. And then as an individual, with her individual wins, she competed. She contributed to those wins. And she actually went to CSU Bakersfield along with Ethan Lavina here, who I will actually show right now. So Ethan Lavina is right here. I competed with him only one season, but he went from Salinas High with Jesse and Liam to Hartnell, and then he ended up taking all his NorCal all-conference and all-state honors in triple jump, up to the D1 school, CSU's Bakersfield, where he's competing there currently. So Ethan, proud of you. Thanks for all your support, and can't wait to see what you do your final season. Yeah, I knew him back in 2023. I have this W photo. So, name him off. Lorraine, we already talked about earlier, but just in case, previous movie Sarah, Hartnell days. There. And then lastly, we have Zach. And Zach went from Hollister like Joey, Joanna, and Mariah to Hartnell to then FPU, where he is currently competing there with Lorraine, and why can't I see her? Zach, what you call it, really, really big competitor. He always had that drive, but I do have a lot of respect for him because, he went for broke and he contributed to all the titles that I talked about, the runner-up, the conference titles, and he has a lot of individual success with his all NorCal, his all conference, and then actually his all American honors in javelin throw, where he took state champion in it, where Bemon also got state champ honors with the 1500 meters. So he's sort of the Bemon of all this field events at Hartnell, at least of the people that I got to talk and work with. So. And he was always kind of supportive of me, so I never had a problem with him. So, Zach, thanks for the support. And otherwise, can't wait to see what you do in your final season at FPU. Just go for broke and compete just like you did as a Hartnell Panther and probably as a Hollister, Baylor. Oh, excuse me. So, his FPU started off with a big Hartnell group. Then, I just kept seeing a lot of these guys throughout the season, actually. Because then, look at this, I saw Ricky. Ricky would be the third and final King City guy that I would see. I unfortunately never got to see Pemon under my UC Merced uniform. But as you can see, ran with the guy a long time since high school. Anyways, so I saw Ricky, and then I got to see Josh. So Josh saw him now 3 times now. So, oh my gosh, these reunions were so fun. I already miss them. This one isn't even a year old yet. It feels like it's going to go by quick. Anyways, then after Kim Dice, I then see Panthers again at West Coast Relays, where I saw Ricky again. I saw Ashley again, so I now saw Ashley 3 for 3. Ricky was 2 for 2, and then I actually got to see Sophie. Sophie, Andrea, and Ashley were like the Charlie's Angels, okay, of the Hartnell team, okay. Like they were just. Any races they did, they just kicked everyone butts. They all had multiple all conference, all NorCal, and all state / all American honors, and all 3 were super nice to support people, at least to me, and I never had a problem with any of them. So, but Sophie went from, I believe it was North Salinas High, could be wrong on that. Sophie, if you're watching this, my bad. But I believe she went from North Salinas High to Hartnell, to then Azusa, where she ran a 2:07.800 to get to nationals. And she ended up entering the transfer portal for due to coaching things that happened. But she will be going to CSU Pueblo along with Ricky this upcoming year. So, excited to see what you all do, Sophie. And then Jesse and Jesus, They were still competing at Hartnell when I saw them at West Coast Relays, but had to include them. They're my homies. Jesse, kind of like, he was a freshman when I was a sophomore. I really took him under my wing, and I may have the speed, but he got the endurance. But he, really good runner, good person, and I'm really proud to see what he did after I left. He ended up becoming a double All-American 10K track and field. I need to update that, and then he also became All-American cross country in 2024. So. Great stuff, Jesse. I'm excited. I'm proud of what you did after I left Hartnell. Now, I just can't wait to see what you do at whatever school you choose to transfer to, which as of this point in time, he told me it was Cal State, but we'll find out if that's the case. But so I saw Jesse. He went to Salinas High School like Ethan. So from being a Cowboy to a Panther to whatever he does next. Jesus here, one of the GOATs. Jesus is sometimes really hard on himself about his performances. He's just very hard worker, wants to succeed. And, I got to run with him 2 seasons. He was part of all the wins, and he always was supporting me and always hyped me up. And Jesus, I got to see you that race. Yeah, I was in the same race with you I saw you finally break the 16-minute barrier. I saw you be a leader for Hartnell, or 2025 track and field. You got double all conference in NorCal, and you really improved. I'm just really proud of you, man. You did great things. So, really, really good stuff with closing up your Hartnell career. And even attending 2023 track and field looks like balancing two full-time loads between Hartnell and CSUMB, man. So now just keep up the running as a coach and inspire your family that you're growing. And just go for it. But Jesus here from an Al Trojan to a Hartnell Panther. He's one of the hardest workers to be in. Really good guy. So Jesus, great stuff. I'm really proud of you, and thanks for being my friend and always supporting me. West Coast really was a special day. I got to see some really good friends. Then that's the day I went sub 4 in the 1500. Finally got a really special moment. So even though Ricky, you still owe me my photos, love you all. And this was a good day. So West Coast relays. Then the next meet I'd see some Panthers would then be Bruce Hamilton, and which is the meet at Berkeley, and I need to fix that. And I saw Stan State once again by I did not see Johnny, and Josh was unfortunately not there, but I did see Chris here. I was like, hey, get a photo with me. And I ended up showing up this. And it's funny. Wait till you see the amount of times I got to see Stan State. This isn't the last time I saw Stan State. But anyways, so Chris, you've already seen. Isabel here. Okay, that's, fix that. But Isabel here was someone I got really close to Hartnell. But she went to Salinas to Hartnell and then Berkeley, where, like Josh, she didn't continue her running on the team. She did do some recreational running, though, for a little bit. She actually did half marathon. She's a really good runner, but she's actually the first Hartnell runner I got to know, so she holds a special place. But yeah, she did good stuff Hartnell, and excited to see what she does next. But otherwise, shout out for walking to Berkeley to come see me. Chris, what'd you call it? Can't believe I saw you 4 for 4 that time. But yeah, I saw Isabel and Chris. Yeah, literally, all the people that I had formed close relationships with at Hartnell, I just ended up getting to see and even build on more. But yeah, I then saw why can't I speak? The Hartnell Stanislaw trio won last time, and they hold the record for athletes I've seen the most in a single season. Previous record was 2 with Andrea for 2024 cross. These guys, I saw them 5 times. 5 times. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I saw them 5 times this season. I don't have, like, Josh picture at West Coast Relays where I actually saw him, but I just gotta see him. It was funny. Every week I was just like, oh, hey guys, what's up? So what happened the last 2 weeks? What's going on? Like, I was just hearing updates, but it was really cool. So shout out for seeing me and supporting me every which way, guys. I had a lot of fun seeing them all. So Cal State Twilight marked the end of seeing them. And then, when I was down south the very next day, I then went to Brian Clay Invite where I got to see Ricky again. I got to see Miguel again. I got to see DP. And then I also got to see Adam and Moy. Moy, I saw him run in high school, at Palma. He went then from Palma to Hartnell where he accrued multiple honors. The biggest one being his state championship, All-American runner-up honors in the 1500 meters with 3:50, one of the fastest JUCO times for Hartnell and just all JUCO. But really proud of him. Can't wait to see what he does at CUI, Concordia University of Irvine. He's got 1 more year, so just go for it. And then Adam, was not an athlete. He actually was an athlete whenever he ran with Hartnell because he was running at Azusa. He's graduated by that point. And he was a mid-distance guy, went 152, 355. And he was really supportive of me. I remember first ever long run. He's one of the first people I ever talked to about my Hartnell to Cal Poly plan. He listed all of it. He met me for the first time. But had a lot of fun talking with him. So he's currently coaching in Pomona-Pitzer. And he actually had a really good first year. Besides cross and track, he coached one of the fastest runners, not just Pomona-Pitzer, but also D3 in the 1500. So he's doing well, and can't wait to see what you do there, Adam. So just keep on going strong. And hey, you helped all of us out, so just help them out how you helped us. But yeah, long way from Greenfield, Palma, Watsonville, KC. I don't know what high school you ran at, Adam, so for now. Yeah, it was fun. Then my second to last meet, which would be my fourth and final time running at Oxy. Hartnell College is the only track I've ran all 4 years in my running career. I didn't get to see Moises one last time, and then Andrea. Okay, so I saw them both. Moy and I did not have breakout days in the 1500. Fortunately, both were like, "Hey, it is what it is," and we both supported him. We both had a really good talk after. And I got introduced him to Sharvin because he got to compete against Daniel Trempe and Juco. So yeah, then Andrea, we just talked like old times and such. So yeah, saw them at Oxy. Practically I think every single meet I saw Hartnell Panther. I can't lie. Then to conclude my running career at Merced, I get to conclude by seeing DP from St. Mary's. I saw him run his PR of 9:20 in the steeplechase, and then solidify being a double nationals competitor. And I saw Frankie really break the barrier, and then I don't know if he PR'd on his 5K and 10K, but he ended up becoming a double American in 10K and 5K. Panther proud of both you guys. So from a little Greenfield, all the way to the big NAIA Nationals field, from Everett Alvarez all the way to the big Nationals field and All-American at that. So, proud of both of you guys. And they concluded Hartnell New Horizons. So, overall, it was really special getting to have all those Hartnell reunions. Because, you know what, I love seeing the Bennett now, and I gotta kind of bring my high school and community college experience into my university experience. So, all you guys get to be the face of Hartnell. Thanks for taking all those photos and supporting me at every meet. I'm excited to see what you all do next, not just athletics, but also life, and just go for it. Otherwise, we're said. Those are all the people you saw me meeting up with, besides other people from the JCs. So, those are the faces of Hartnell. Hope you're enjoying thus far, and next video is coming up.